Yep, it happened. It is raining, raining. So I'm at the mall, and I'm doing a little mall walking, and I thought I'd film a part of a lap. I just did the top section twice, and now I'm to the bottom. And it's gonna rain most of the day. I probably will get out there and see if I can move around a little bit outside, because I do enjoy the outside. I enjoy the rain. If it's not raining too much, I can put my phone in a plastic bag, stick it in my pocket, and go out and walk. But here we go. We're at the mall, and let's walk. Okay, as you can see, we are now walking. Someone ran into me. They have they're super nice, and I like them a lot. I don't know what they're called anymore, we're clearly correct, but they have groups of those that have learning disabilities, I guess, here. And they used to just be like one main group. I've been going to this mall forever. I've worked in this mall, but they used to have one main group and they sit together. But now they have multiple groups. You'll see, like, I don't know how they keep track of everybody. Not to say that they would walk off, but there'll be like 15 or 20 of them in one part of the food court, and then you would see another 9 or 10 over here. They try to get them to walk a little bit, and what they'll do is they'll do a one loop around the bottom. I've actually, when I was mall walking, walked with them, and they asked me what am I doing. Very nice people, but they sometimes keep me from doing a good workout because they want to talk to me, which is cool. But I told them, hey, we got to walk, guys, let's walk. You know, because they have their handlers. I can't remember what they call them. They're not teachers. These are people that are kind of beyond that step, I guess, or that condition, and they just take them here. It's kind of sad. I remember I was talking to one when I used to work in the mall, and they said, okay, everybody, we can only come in here for a minute. I worked at a pet store. We can only come in for a minute because we need to hurry and go to the movie. And they said, what movie we're going to see? And it was like, I don't think it was Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, so it's some old Walt Disney movie or something. And they said, all we ever get to do is watch a kids show. And the other week, we saw the Care Bear movie, and they get a popcorn and a drink. And they said, all we do is sleep in there. It's just something for us to do. Can't we go to a good movie? I can't remember what was out right then. It wasn't like Die Hard or anything, but it was something. But they watch movies from the 60s and 70s, or watch cartoons or that kind of, or they just leave them in the food court, and they don't eat, they don't buy food there. They bring, like, I think their parents or whoever it is, they pack them a lunch, and they bring the lunch with them, and that's all they get to do all day. Steve Madden's store. That's what they get to do, and it's pretty sad. I mean, I would think it'd be kind of boring, and that one guy was kind of telling the truth. Why? Just because he said the R word. You're not allowed to say that anymore. He'll get banned from YouTube. He said, just because I'm the R word doesn't mean I don't like to watch a good action film. He didn't say it in those words. Not that was eloquently stated, but he said something like, why we can't watch the movie with, the police, or that why do we have to watch movies like we're not kids, we're not children. And he's kind of right, well, he was very right. He's not a kid. He is saying, I understand what's going on. They're afraid that what the lady said to me that was with them, that the center that they live in is always afraid that they'll get overstimulated or act out in a way of violence. And I don't know, it's kind of hard to believe that if you watch, I don't know, Beverly Hills Cop or something, you're going to go home and think you're Axel Foley and start acting up at the center. But it almost sounds like whatever's easier for those who work there. I'm not saying anything bad about them. I know it's a tough job. I wouldn't want that job. But kind of sad. I get on a tangent on that because every time I go somewhere here while I'm at the mall, I'm seeing more and more of them. I think there's eight or nine groups of them. One of the groups, she has 3 people that are there that only speak Mandarin, and no one from the group speaks Mandarin. We're here in Arcadia. People always joke that you're old if you remember when white people lived in Arcadia. Some people call it Asia, I don't know, some kind of hybrid with the word Asia or Asian, I don't know. But anyway, that's what's going on here today. So I am walking indoors, You can see up here, usually over here you can see some blue. It's totally socked in right now. The mall is pretty. This is the shops. I think they now call it the shops at Santa Anita. It used to be called the Arcadia Mall or Santa Anita Mall or something like that. But walking indoors, one time around the bottom, and I think if I go once around the bottom, once around the top. Emily knows better than I do. I can ask her. But it's once around the top, once around the bottom. You can, I think you pick up, is it 2 miles? I think it's like 2 miles. If you do the total loop on the bottom, total loop on the top. This looks pretty yummy, doesn't it? Okay, David, go in there. No, don't go in there. It actually smells good. A lot of times packaged candy, you can't smell it. But there's so much candy in there, you can smell it. Remember they used to have the scooping thing? I think they got rid of that. Got the scoops out of there. A lot of theft, they said. But, yeah, so if you do the top, do the bottom. But you do that, you have to go, they call it the Chinese food court. I don't know if that's the right name for it, but there's a food court that has only Asian food outside of the mall. It has 3 or 4 shops and a bunch of Asian cuisine. That place, if you go out there, you have to go outside of the building. We don't really have a whole lot of things here outside of the building here. Like some of them will have like the anchor stores, all the small stores, and there'll be 2 or 3 restaurants outside. They're kind of in the parking lot, but not attached to the mall. We don't really have it here. Everything is attached, but they just built this section up top, which is cool. That's fine. I don't eat any of that food, so but I do walk it. One time I had some hot tea. They gave me hot tea. I was on a delivery. I was working for Grubhub at the time. There's Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf here too. That's right. There is one in Arcadia. I can wonder, where is this one in Arcadia? They said they were recruiting people when I did a video the other day of Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf and the differences between it and Starbucks. And they said they were hiring for the Monrovia location, and also they were hiring lots of different places, but also hiring for the Arcadia one. I know where it was. Here, is it almost Chinese New Year? Oh, it's Lunar New Year. I think it's coming up. I remember that when we were doing recruiting for the census. They sent us down to the Asian areas and recruit down there to try to get some people to work for the census. Yep, happy Lunar New Year. It is the year of the dragon. Ooh, scary dragons. But I have a bearded dragon. Her name is Tiger Lily. Let's see what else it says. Okay, so, wow, look at those people. How tall is that, do you think? Probably not too high. I don't know. That's scary, huh? Jumping on those things. Yeah, wow, look at that. That's pretty impressive, huh? Yeah, I don't want to do that. That might be a good workout, but not for me. And they have these things. I think these are always here. These upside down Asian umbrellas here. And these what they call them, Chinese lanterns. Is that the proper term? As an American dum-dum, probably not the proper term. It probably has a name. There's a lady looking at a car. But, yeah. So here's some people playing Uno. And they do have different groups like that meet in here in the mall during the daytime. There's some role-playing game, kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, they said, where you roll the dice, old-fashioned ones where you don't use a computer at all. And they play here. They call it the retro something, maybe the retro Riders Game Club, I don't know. But they come here and play games. So we have that. We have the people that are maybe, I don't know what you'd call them, have some kind of a disability. That group that is here, oh, that's right, I was going to say, the groups that are usually here are mostly only those that are having learning disabilities, but there is another group where I think everybody's blind. Maybe I'm blind, I don't know. But I think they're all blind, I know, or sight impaired, maybe not totally blind. And then there's another group where there is a mixture of, I don't know if you call it disabilities, but some people are in a wheelchair, some people are, what they say, I'm not handicapped, I'm handy-capable or whatever. They have a total different group, and they have wheelchairs, electric wheelchairs. They go on the walk, and some are in an electric wheelchair. And one of the girls, she's in an electric wheelchair. That's all that's, I don't know, that's not a very nice thing to say. The only disability I think she has is the inability to walk. How's that? Now you gotta be so careful what you say. But she told me, I don't know why they won't let me just, sit in the food court in my chair. I don't think I'm getting much exercise because it's like, I said, well, you're moving your hand, aren't you? She said, yeah, I guess I am. But they're very nice. They always talk to you. And so you can say, okay, I got it. Like retail stores say, hey, I got to go. And then we got to go too. And then they'll tell you all about how they got to go, what they're going to do, what they had for dinner last night. And one of the leaders there, of the group, they have a boy there. He's 15, and he hasn't seen his parents. He hasn't seen his parents since he was 3, and they live in town. So he's 12 years. He hasn't seen his parents. They live in town. It's pretty sad. So hopefully they have a very, very good excuse for that. Here's the place that we used to go. We used to look at the door. They had those really expensive chairs. So they're like $4,000, $6,000, $10,000 chairs, and they're now out of business. They just took down the sign while I was here, and they're painting that paint that covers the windows. So whatever's being built to there, you can't see it. I guess it'll be a surprise where it opens there. Hopefully it's not a nail salon or something, another Starbucks or something. They have a real big Starbucks. But anyway, everybody have a great day. I'll film the weather a little bit out here as I'm coming out, and then I'll end this. This is a good little restaurant here. They have these little chicken strips, chicken pieces. I don't know what they call them. Fried chicken, something. They're pretty good. I don't eat a lot of that kind of food, but I did take my friend Emily there. She loves Asian cuisine. And we always hear about them. We thought they were super expensive, but really they were reasonable. And they're now getting a liquor license. So maybe a beer and a rice bowl. They have these different bowls. I guess is it Korean? I can't remember. They told us all about it when we were there, but I forget. But the sky, as you can see, completely dark. And the rain has just now stopped, but I still put my phone in a plastic bag because by the time I get to the car, it can start raining again. So everybody have a great, great rainy day. Take care. Rainy day here. How's the weather where you are? Are we like those old men who sit around and talk about the weather like a Randy Travis song? Take care, everyone.